don't want no place. Anywhere I go, I'ma jump on your case. Anything I do will be done in bad taste.
Obviously, some serious disagreement as to what went on the racetrack there.
Shouldn't laugh, should we? No secret, Chad Reed is one of Australia's most successful sporting exports, making millions as a superstar of Supercross in the US. But Aussie roots run deep, and Chad, surprisingly, has a hankering for homespun speed. That's why a recent V8 Supercar test with Paul Morris's team was no PR stunt.
As a kid growing up, you see the whole Holden Ford rivalry, and it just seems like the sport it's grown to a whole new level.
He may have developed a slight American accent, but that's more about being commercially accepted in an adopted homeland. Make no mistake, Chad Reed is proudly Australian. The 24-year-old is a long way off retiring from two wheels, but he's already thinking about the future, and circuit racing is on the radar. With the exception of a supermoto race in the past 12 months, this was his first real experience on bitumen. Reed joined Paul Morris at the Holden Performance Driving Centre on the Gold Coast for what could be a life-changing experience. Step 1, some low-speed instructional laps in a road car.
The faster you go, the more downforce it does generate. So some of the faster corners where you think it won't go through it, we'll just pull through there pretty good. So this will swing back on itself.
Yeah.
So away we go, and then the next left.
Morris seems at ease in this situation, blending the right amount of information with a cool respect and admiration for motorcycle heroes. He's given Mick Doohan, Kevin Schwantz, even our own Daryl Beattie the chance to sample V8 Supercars before. Reed is nearing the end of recuperation from shoulder surgery and obtained special permission from Yamaha for the drive day. Even Sanitarium, a personal sponsor, gave him time off corporate commitments. Chad was taking this whole thing very seriously. The next step was a number of sessions in a V8 Super School race car, with Morris continuing to tutor.
It's just a 6-speed standard box with a short shift kit on it. And everything else is the same. You could use a clutch, but when you get the race car, you won't have to use the dog box.
Morris made this part fun, throwing in a few drift moves to show Chad the grip limit. Once Reed took the wheel, he wasn't afraid to explore those limits. It was the only time he would lose control. Reed had real empathy with the car and was determined to drive with finesse.
It's just amazing how relaxed and controlled he is in the car. It's very much like when Dazza first hopped in one of our cars. I was amazed by the initial speed they had, and the intake of information and the way they processed what was going on was just very calm, and I'm sure he could make a top touring car driver, no problem at all.
In order to comply with the category's strict testing rules, special permission had to be obtained from the Touring Car Entrance Group and V8 Supercars Australia for the next part of this exercise. Morris took care of the warm-up and systems check, then helped Chad get acquainted with this 630 horsepower weapon.
The moment's arrived. How are you feeling?
Nervous. I am. It's just like anything, you get a kind of that excited, nervous kind of feeling, and I just want to go have some fun and just be safe and bring the car back so they can race it at Indy.
Again, if your throttle sticks or anything, clutch in. I think we'll just hang off the rev limiter, then just turn it off. Once you get a chance, put clutch in first, and yep, just bang that down. And just make sure you get a brake pedal just as you leave, and so you can fire it up now.
Situations like these are loaded with pressure. The pressure to perform straight away. That comes from within and from those looking on. And time is against you because it's not a full test day, just 2 6-lap runs. It was one of the most impressive debut drives from a V8 rookie. His only error, one misshift and slight overrev, something more experienced race car drivers struggle with in learning to adapt to a supercar.
I just found that it was, you could turn it, you could you knew where the car was at all times, and you could get in the throttle, and obviously more power was kind of fun to do. But probably the most difficult thing was the shifting. Going up the gears was quite fun. I just felt like I was on a dirt bike, just up the gears, but then going down I felt like a complete beginner and never changed gears again before. So it was interesting. I'd like to spend some time and get all that down so that you could get on a racetrack and have some fun.
Awesome job. The over rev happens to the best of us, with the H pattern gearbox. So we were prepared for that. But what a fantastic job, hey? It impressed everyone here, didn't he?
If he wanted to make the transition long term and come and race touring cars in this country?
No problem at all, mate. I would say no problem at all. Within 3 or 4 test days, I'd be pretty sure it'd be right on the pace.
I'm so excited that I didn't install it. I talked to so many people. I talked to Wayne Gardner, and he had me all nervous about changing gears and installing it. Everyone said, man, I got the first 20 on you installing it. So like every time I took off, I was so careful, and I'm pumped I didn't install it.
Is this, not just an experience today, is this something you're thinking about long term?
I think so, for sure. I would be lying if I didn't think that there was a possibility of me ended up in car racing or anything at that matter. I think you got to have an open mind. I think that's what kind of keeps you motivated and driving forward to achieve new goals in life. And I had a lot of fun. The car's a lot of fun to drive, and right now it's just kind of a fun thing, and I would like to do one-off races more than anything. Obviously I don't have time in my life to devote all my time and effort into a new career, but for one-off things I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Clearly it whet his appetite for more seat time in a V8, but the most pressing goal now is winning the 07 and 08 AMA Supercross Championships. Perhaps Reid could follow in similar footsteps to the great John Surtees, or locally, Wayne Gardner. And don't rule out a sideways move before taking up touring cars. There's more than a passing interest in MotoGP.
I grew up watching Mick Doohan every weekend win races and titles, and at a point in my life I felt that motocross wasn't my ticket out of the country to be a world champion. Maybe road racing was, but then I got lucky with the whole ride to Europe and everything. But with the connection with Yamaha and Alpine Star and all the guys that on Rossi's team being Australian, I have a foot in the door that I think maybe one day we could use up a test ride. I think that'd be a lot of fun.